What's up, guys and girls? This is James at Locking the Value and Copying My Crypto, talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. So, particularly, I'm going to do a launchpad breakdown. The reason being is it looks like we're not that far from the bull cycle getting back into gear and getting confirmation. I think realistically, if Bitcoin keeps slightly accumulating, I think we'll start challenging the 200-day moving average at the weekend. A daily candle close above that is pretty good confirmation that we're back in bull cycle mode. And launch pads were massive last time. I think they'll continue to be, and I'll explain why. Before I do, as always, spreadsheets updated. These were the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crash it in this bull cycle. If you invested $100 into each one when I released the videos, and you were still holding, you'd be up $17,800 from a $2,600 investment. So you'd be sitting tastily over 20 grand. Phantom's in yellow because I said it'd be the best investment in the year. I did a whole Udemy course saying why I thought that. It did hit 91 cents. Obviously, I got in, and a lot of my students got in at half a cent. Good times. If you want to know exactly what crypto I'm holding right now and the moves I'm going to be making when the bull cycle gets back into full flow, check out Copy My Crypto. The link is in the description. Copymycrypto.com. Right, guys, launch pads. So, launch pads are a phenomenal way to make money. Phenomenal way to make money. And the issue that a lot of people have with launch pads is the actual amount of capital required just to get into a launch, as well as potential gas wars that you do have with certain platforms. Now, LPI.finance is actually a launchpad protocol where their currency, they're working with multiple launchpads, and their native currency can be used for all the launchpads that they're going to be working with. So I quite like it. But what they've actually done is just provide a sort of average IDO returns by platform. So this is a bit old now because more have launched since and stuff. But so the BSC pad, if you'd invested in all the launches based on launch prices and current prices, you'd have made a 3,092% return on investment. And DAO Maker, 1,866%. Ignition, 1,793%. Poker Starter, 1,791%. So we're getting huge percentage returns, and that's on current prices, right? That's not the blue bars represent the all-time highs of the cryptos that were launched. Now, there's two things that I want to sort of break down here. So firstly, having a look at which pools have done particularly well. So obviously you can see BSC Pad's done rather well, DAO Maker's done rather well, Ignition, PokerStar, and there's quite a few missing here. Now, what LPI.finance did was analyze all of these launch pads, and they've ranked them based on what they've seen. So their number one ranked is CyberFi, which they give a 4.1 out of 5 rating. Number two, I think, was TrustSwap, and also DextForce Ventures. And but like I say, they've ranked every single one. So you can have a look on the website and see what you think in terms of the assessment. Now, obviously, on top of the returns for the actual IDOs, you want to look at the actual token itself, because fundamentally, some tokens have lost more value in this current sort of bearish trajectory that we were on, or still technically on, until we pass the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin. So you want to look at what the tokens have dropped by, because realistically, a lot of them could get back to their all-time highs, or even half that way. But that could make you a huge return on investment just on the tokens to participate in the launches. So if we look at the top launch pads on CoinGecko, Radium is in at number one. Now, Radium Its current price is $3.02. Its all-time high is $16.13. So that's about 5.2x. So that's not bad, right? So you're looking at 5.2x for Radium. For Bounce, Bounce is currently priced at $21.65. Its all-time high was $70.44. So that's 3.5x. It's not bad. PokerStar is at 1.13. Its all-time high was $7.51. So that is about 6.5x, a little less. So that's pretty good. Got a lot of returns to get potentially on PokerStar. CardStarter, its highest was $83. Now, what I would point out, CardStarter is a Cardano-based launchpad, and Cardano is still in the process of doing smart contracts. So while CardStarter could pick up value, the launches haven't exactly been happening. Whereas you've got Ethereum-based blockchains or Binance-based blockchains where launches are happening at a reasonable frequency. So I would probably forego Cardano-based ones in this current bull cycle, personally. But, you know, everyone's different. DAO Maker, $1.89. Its all-time high was $8.71. So 5x, 5.5, 5 and a bit x. That's not too bad. No, about 5x. Yeah, 5x. Occamfi, okay, so that, again, this is a Cardano one. So it's currently at $6.53. Its all-time high is $17.55. So you're looking at less than 3x. And they're not really launching on Cardano compared to every other blockchain at the moment. TrustSwap is actually the big one. When we're looking at these launch pads, TrustSwap is probably the biggest. All-time high was $5, currently priced at 91 cents, so over a 5x. And TrustSwap has had a lot of very positive launches, but they have them with such frequency that some of them don't do as well. As you can see, like DAO, BSC Pad, and DAO Maker and Ignition not had tons like TrustSwap, and the results have been better. So maybe it's a case of TrustSwap have them too frequently that it's hard to, you can't always have a winner. But it's 5x, more than a 5x to get back to the original high. Paid network, 43 cents. Now, Paid, I know, did tons of launches. Their all-time high was $6. Now, obviously they had a huge price capitulation off of the back of which they recovered from, but they had an error in the code, and the price crashed. It did recover, but then they've crashed again. But you're looking at about 15x, a little less, but to previous all-time highs, which is good. So there's a lot of room for Paid to grow. Mantra DAO, 12.5 cents or 12.6 cents. All-time high 86 cents. So you're looking at 7x. Okay. Not bad. BSC Pad, 60 cents, we'll call that. All-time high $7.45. So you're looking at about 12x, 12 times gain to get back to the original all-time high, which is quite massive. Unicrypt, $497, all-time high 947. So it's basically 2x. I'm not that familiar with Unicrypt, I'll be honest. Launchpool's good. 1.4, all-time high $93.60. Now, when you see something like that, you do want to check. So literally the day that it was launched, it launched at a staggeringly high price and crashed. Okay, so it's not actually had tons of momentum behind it at any point. Probably would avoid it. Last one, CyberFi, $6.91, all-time high $76.41. Now, I think CyberFi launched at around, about the same price that it is, no, less than it is now. Launched at $2.72. it actually garnered tons of momentum, particularly in the most bullish part of the cycle, and then capitulated down. But from its current price, you're looking at about 12x. Yeah. So off of that basis, Cyberfi is certainly one that people will want to try and buy up, because just on its current price, without even participating in any of the launches, that could, if it got back to its previous all-time high, you're looking at a 12x on your investment. And even if it only gets halfway there, gets back up to say $36, you've got yourself a 6x. That's pretty great returns. If you gain enough to participate in their launch pads and their IDOs, and you've got the spare capital to do so, you could gain good returns off of those as well. The other one was paid network. So paid network is about 15x to its previous all-time high. So again, if you just bought enough paid to participate in their IDOs, then if you buy enough paid to participate in their IDOs, you can do that, as well as potentially get a 15x return on your investment if it reaches previous all-time highs. The reason that I'm bullish on launch pads is really simple, actually. When the fear of missing out, FOMO, I hate the phrase, but when fear of missing out kicks in, and it does kick in, people will get very heavy into launch pads again, because they'll want to get on the next IDO, because when you're in a full-blown bull cycle, most of the IDOs were launching at 10 times the value. From the moment you bought them at IDO price, they would launch 10 times higher, and people could just buy and flip them and make a very quick profit. And everyone knows that. Everyone will remember seeing that. And you had to have enough capital to participate in them. But it's a very, very good way of making money. And considering that we are creeping towards Bitcoin's 200-day moving average, that means we're creeping towards a confirmation of the beginning of the bull cycle, or the beginning of the second iteration of the bull cycle. So when it kicks in, people are going to be scared that they're missing out. That's why prices will rise rapidly, and launch pads will again end up being this huge force of fear, in the sense that if I just have enough money to participate, I'm going to be able to make 10 times my money immediately, and that's what's going to end up happening again. So launch pads are something, if you're in crypto and you've not necessarily got a position in launch pads, I would check it out. LPI.finance is a really useful tool, because if you go onto their launchpad analysis, you can see their assessment of all the launch pads, and from there you can make an informed decision about what you want to get into, as well as look at previous all-time highs of those coins, because if those coins have got 2x, maybe you're not going to make much off of that investment, so it might be worth looking at some others. But just a bit of food for thought, folks. So yeah, launch pads, because I'm sure they'll have a second wave in the same way NFTs will and DeFi will, and gaming has recently, especially the play to earn category or sector. Okay, anyway, that's it from me, guys. Hope you're all doing well. If you're brand new to crypto, even if you've been in crypto a while, check out Copy My Crypto. You can see what I'm holding, the reasons I'm holding the coins I am, and the benefits that they offer in terms of opportunities or rewards. Anyway, that's it from me. Bye bye.